It's Halloween this weekend, and to everybody wondering what the hell I'm dressed up as, well, by this sweater, I'm your dad. Let's just roll the intro. It was a bad joke.
After High Demand.
Listening to you and Justin, that's a professional podcast right there.
The man with a voice.
He's got a wicked voice on it too. He does. He's got oh my goodness. I listen to his voice, I'm like, dude, you could go places with that voice. You are freaking phenomenal.
Has his own podcast. And what does he think?
Oh,
BoyStick presents the Honestly Lazy Podcast.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Sick coming back at you with another new podcast. Oh, shit. I should just use this as my fucking light. A little side lighting, create a little shadow. I'm just looking up something. Welcome to the podcast with your host, me, Mr. BoyStick. That's kind of weird, Mr. BoyStick. I really don't like that. If you were watching this or listening to this, you were doing it either one or two ways on either Anchor.fm or Spotify, or I guess I'm on Apple Podcasts. I'm learning a lot about where my podcast's actually uploaded. Thank you to Anchor.fm. But if you're listening, make sure to give me a follow. If you listen to a few episodes and haven't yet, you're a dick. That's all I gotta say about that. Man, you typed in the Honestly Lazy Podcast and that shit popped up. Or you're watching me on YouTube. What are we at for subscribers? I haven't checked in a while. Probably at the same. I'm gonna say the same. Yep. We are still 5 away. Oh my god, I'm sounding so bad now. 5 away from 60 subscribers, on the road to 100. If you like the sub or the content, please subscribe and leave the video likes, leave comments. A few things we want to talk about today. Also got some more questions from people that they want me to answer. And some of them are actually pretty fucking decent. So that's awesome. But, to start everything off, I feel like I should talk about this because it was a sad day in TV history. Actor James Michael Tyler, best known as Gunther from Friends, he passed away earlier this week from cancer. Now, it is a sad thing. It's amazing how a man with such a small role on a TV show, I guess everyone fell in love with. He was fucking amazing on the show, just by little roles that he played, how he treated Rachel, how he was kind of stalkerish but lovable. I don't know how he was able to create it, but he did. And unfortunately, he had a battle with cancer for quite a while, and I guess we can quote what Norm Macdonald did, or said, before he died. Cancer didn't win. The cancer died with him, so it was a draw. That's the way I kind of want to look at Gunther. Gunther's like him passing away from cancer. It's a sad thing, and I saw him at I watched the Friends reunion, me and my girlfriend, and they put him on a big screen at the fountain that they shot the opening scene in, and I couldn't even recognize him. At that point, it was like, damn, man, this guy was sick, and it's a very sad thing to say and to even hear. But I mean, after the Friends thing happened, the Friends reunion, it came out that he had stage 3 cancer, which is fucking serious. I mean, that was the same stage that Gord Downey had, and he didn't make it either. It's just a sad thing, like. I don't know him from anything else but Friends. The only thing with Gunther, and I will just say this straight up, I always mixed him up with what's his name? He was the bad guy in Walking Tall. They always look the same to me. Totally different voices. He was also a bad guy in Yellowstone. He pretty much just played a bad guy in everything I saw. But I always mixed them up. But honestly, like, Gunther was someone that was just a tiny character that everybody loved, and honestly, it's amazing. Like, the outpour I saw after he passed away from from people that I know, from celebrities, from everybody. He just had this tiny role that I guess fucking everybody, I'm sorry, I shouldn't be swearing while talking about it, but I guess that his character was done so well that, you know, everyone fell in love with him. It's a sad thing, and it's sad to say, but I just wanted to say R.I.P. to Gunther, you know, James Michael Tyler, you will be remembered in one of the biggest shows in TV history. That's the crazy thing. Friends, there's always for me, the battle between Friends and Seinfeld. And for side characters, Gunther, yeah, he was better than Newman. That's the way I kind of look at it. Newman versus Gunther. And Gunther was way better as a little character than Newman was on Seinfeld. But, cheers to Gunther. It is a sad thing. But at least the only thing is, you know, at least he's not suffering anymore. Because, like, I couldn't imagine. Like, you could just see it at the Friends reunion. I remember just seeing it. I didn't know he had cancer yet. And I was like, looking at my girlfriend, I'm like, he's not looking good. I thought he wasn't there because of COVID stuff. Turns out he wasn't there because of cancer and COVID stuff. Like, you know, because the COVID restrictions and all that. And probably because you shouldn't be fucking around with COVID when you have cancer. But, yeah, I'm just going to say it one more time. Cheers to Gunther. It is a sad thing. It is a sad story to see. Fuck, Norm Macdonald. Now him. It's fucking sad. But, on to other things, I guess. I've never been good with talking about, like, you know, deaths or anything. Like when Gord Downey died over on BoyStick, I wasn't into the commentary yet, and I did want to do a tribute, like, just to talk about him. And I mean, he passed away quite a few years now, and I still haven't done a tribute to him. Norm Macdonald's tribute, like, I made a podcast about him, and then afterwards I was like, I'm so bad with it, so I'm sorry if I butchered it, but I just want to say R.I.P. Gunther, you know. The next thing I want to talk about in the news is dumb fucking rich people. So if you guys have been out of the loop of one thing, Alec Baldwin, the situation with him, he was shooting a movie called Rust, and the other week he was, I don't know, I don't want to say he was playing with a prop gun, or he had a prop gun, he fired it, and ended up putting someone in the hospital and killing a cinematographer. And I mean, it's just been a whole fucking shit show. I mean, on Twitter, people have been posting like jail Alec Baldwin and all that stuff, and I'm not for it until I hear 100% what happened. I mean, if you ask me, there's no fucking way that he just kind of pointed out knowing it would kill somebody. It's a fucking prop gun. So, I don't know, in that sense, I don't think he went all out. I don't think he actually wanted to kill anybody. I don't think anybody, unless you're fucked in the head, wants to kill anybody, especially with a fucking prop gun. So, I don't know, that situation's been, like, covered non-stop, and I mean non-stop. But the update is, dumb fuck Donald Trump Jr. made t-shirts saying, guns don't kill people, Alec Baldwin does, and he's selling them. My only comment to that is rich people really have a shitty sense of humor. I mean, there's different types of rich people that I'm looking at it as right now. There's the rich people who are rich because they're comedians and they got rich. Seth Rogen, Seth Rogen, you know, Joe Rogan, Dave Chappelle, Bill Burr, all those type of guys. And then there's rich people who are so rich that their personality is so fucking boring that they're just not funny. I believe, and this is just a total fucking my own thing, I believe rich people are the most boring people in the world. They can have literally everything. Like, you know, helicopters, cars and stuff, and they have to sit there and have a fucking dinner with them. And it's the most boring fucking thing. They just talk about their stuff. I got a car, I got a pool, I got a helicopter, I got Like, I feel like if you try to tell them like a Dave Chappelle joke, they get offended. Or a Joe Rogan joke, they get offended. Or a fucking Bill Burr joke, they get offended. Or they won't get it. And then they tell you a joke. And you'd be like, that's just straight up fucked up. And I mean, this is it. I think Donald Trump Jr. was making a joke. And the guy's a fucking idiot. And of course he is. He's Donald Trump's kid. Born into money, has no fucking sense of personality or anything. And just like makes this to try to get some publicity. And it's working. I do believe Donald Trump Jr. doesn't have any common sense of how to make money or anything. I don't even believe, like, you know, his dad did it, but he doesn't do shit. And I believe he's just trying to get into the spotlight in any way he can. And he decided to become a fucking asshole and make a horrible shirt of a very bad situation. Not even the fact that Alec Baldwin shot somebody. It's the fact that somebody in it like fucking died, and you're making these shirts saying, "Oh, Alec Baldwin kills people," and think it's fucking funny. It's not even like more of the Alec Baldwin part of it that bugs me. It's the fact that literally somebody died, and you make a shirt like about it, like literally saying like Alec Baldwin kills people, like directing it towards the person who died. You're a piece of shit person. And just so you know, Donald Trump Jr., I didn't even know Donald Trump had fucking kids. So just so Donald Trump Jr. knows, like, just so you know, you're just a stupid fuck who has too much money and a very, very, very weak sense of humor. And that's all I'm going to say about Donald Trump Jr. because something is in the news that I'm not 100% if it's happening, but it's been rumored, and I've talked about it already, but I'm talking about it again. For fuck's sakes, Mike Tyson might actually fight Logan Paul. This is fucking crazy to me. The fact that Logan Paul thinks he can survive Mike Tyson. The only thing that he has for Mike Tyson is that he's saying he's old. He's old. Bro, like I said in my last podcast, this motherfucker can fight. I mean, so over the weekend, me and my brother, you know, my brother and I were having a couple drinks, and I brought up this rumor that this shit was actually going down. Like, you know, apparently it's going to be happening in February, and yeah, like, it's like supposed to be I just fucking stuttered. It's supposed to be happening. And, I mean, like, are you fucking serious? Only thing you got, Logan, is that he's old? Bro, go look at his old highlight reel. It's fucking terrifying. I mean, dude, this guy is so fucking fast, bro. I've, like in his prime. Now, you say, yeah, in his prime, oh, it's different. No, dude, this dude... Mike Tyson's not Floyd Mayweather. I keep saying, Mike Tyson's fucked in the head. He will come in like you're fucking Holyfield and he will fuck you up. It's a scary thing. I don't even want to like I'm going to watch it 150%. If this happens, I'm going to watch it because I want to see like Logan try to take a punch from Mike Tyson. His one combo, the body shot uppercut, yo. Them big boys couldn't take it. What makes you think you can? And don't even say because you fought fucking Mayweather. Mayweather treated you like a sparring partner. I guarantee it. And it looks like, I'm just going to bring this up. It looks like you actually got knocked out and he held you up. I'm going to say that too when I watch that fight. You looked like you got dropped and he held you up because he wanted to make more money or some shit. Had some type of fucking bet. But Floyd Mayweather is more of a money man. Mike Tyson is literally going to come in there and be like, you want to be a boxer? I'm going to show you what it's like to actually be a boxer. And he's going to fuck you up. With the side note, oh my God, I got to look this up. Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. Supposed to be happening in December, but dumb fuck Jake Paul tweeted something. What did he tweet? I got to look it up. He tweeted some bullshit. And I'm sure it's just a joke. Where is it? Ah, here it is. So So like I said, Tommy and Jake are supposed to be fighting in December. And actually, this fight's supposed to be on a Saturday, which is even better. That means I don't have to, if it's on a Sunday, I'm not fucking watching it. So, Jake Paul tweeted out this 2 days ago. Because I record throughout the whole week. Yes, this comes out Friday, but this was tweeted 2 days ago. 7-0, Fury doesn't cut it for my 5th fight. I'm fighting either Hector Lopez or Javier Martinez next. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know boxing that well. Hector was tanked 8th opponent, came in, tanks 8th opponent, came in 0-0, retired 0-1. Hector was an MMAer who was 2-0. Javier was Carlos' 10th opponent, entered the fight 0-0 and retired at 0-0. Hashtag clowns. So, I don't know where Jake's coming with this. Like I said, I'm sure it's a joke, but Jake Paul, that makes no sense. You're fighting guys who have no wins, and Tommy Fury has 7 wins. You can sit there and chirp his technique and everything like that, but you got punched into the fucking roast by Woodley. So let's just get that out of the way. If you ask me, please fight Fury. You finally, this shit was finally gonna go down. Please don't fucking bail out of it now. I really want to see a fight. I want to see you fight Tommy Fury. Or you know what? If you don't think he's man enough, then fucking fight his brother Tyson. I'm sure Tyson would to punch you. Jesus Christ. And you wouldn't knock Tyson out. No, because I watched him get knocked down 3 times and still knock the man out. Or no, twice. Yeah, versus Wilder. And still knocked him out in 1. So if you think you're going to be him, you're stupid. But I don't know. I'm just going off track. But Jake Paul, Tommy Fury, please make this fight happen. And I saw Keemstar said he was retiring. So make the undercard Keemstar versus H3H3. Please, I want to see that fight too. Alright, so welcome to the random video of the week. The part of the podcast where I find a random video from the whole week, or just a random video in general. I'm going to move my camera over a little bit. Cool. I find a video in general and just kind of make fun of it or talk about it. Now, this week's video is a little bit different than what you're probably expecting. Because the last ones I've really just been bashing the living shit out of people, but this one isn't quite like that. And if you're on Spotify, I'm sorry, but this is something you just gotta watch on the YouTube. Maybe I'll post this part just on Instagram or something so you can check it out there. But this is a real it's a funny one. It's just funny. It's not fake. It's not someone complaining about their lives. It's just trying to do something right and it all goes horribly wrong. So to explain this video to you real quick, a man finds a squirrel stuck in his chimney and he tries to do the right thing. So I'm just going to play it through and then we'll break it down. So let's just watch the video real quick. So he's just trying to get the door open, right? So he gets it open. He tries to calm down the squirrel. He picks it up. The squirrel twitches.
Ow!
And instantly bites him. It's just screaming that makes me that kills me every time. Every fucking time it kills me. Alright, that's enough. Alright, so if you're listening on Spotify, as you can guess, it didn't go well. I don't know if I can get through this, breaking this down. Alright, so pretty much for today, I'm going to break down everything this man did wrong, alright? So from the beginning, man sitting there with his Nikes and wearing shorts, going into the chimney to save the squirrel. First thing you did wrong, you didn't call a professional to deal with this situation. Once again, this is literally a wild animal, and the last thing you should probably do is try to save it yourself. You should probably call a professional who has things to make sure it doesn't bite him. Things so he doesn't have to go get a rabies shot. Things like that, which now, because you have done this, you have to do. So he's opening the door. So first thing, like I said, open it, like, you know, just not calling somebody and trying to deal with this, a wild animal on your own. Next big fail. If you look in this corner right here, I'm not sure if my mouse is on here. Let's see, is my mouse here? I don't know. No, it's not. So the second thing that he does wrong, trying to free a squirrel, right? Trying to get it out of your house. He's wearing plastic surgical gloves instead of something bigger. I don't know what his mindset going into this was. Maybe his mindset is, it's going to be so scared it won't bite me. Fucking never think that with a wild animal. That's how people get eaten by bears, is thinking like that. And you thinking like this, yes, you didn't get eaten, but you did get bitten. And, like, the first thing, like, the only excuse I can really think of for this guy for not having, like, you know, if this was me, and I don't know, my dumbass decided not to call a guy to get this squirrel. My first thing is to go get, the thickest pair of winter gloves or something like that I have. And the only excuse I can think of for this guy is maybe he lives in California in a place where it doesn't snow. Well, I have everybody knows that one dick, no matter where they are, who likes to go skiing. And they will go, out to Banff or to Whistler to go skiing from California. So what you should do, no matter what, a guy who has a fucking thick pair of mittens or gloves or something that you could deal with this with. The fact that you thought plastic gloves would protect your hands, the only thing is you thought, oh, I don't want to get its germs on me because it's outside. But now you got whatever it's in its saliva coursing through your veins because you got bit by the squirrel. All right. Now, right here, doing a great job. Picks up the squirrel doesn't move. He has everything under control. Definitely deserves to wear the surgical gloves at this point. Doesn't need anything thicker. Right here when the squirrel starts twitching, starting to fuck up. I think in his mind he's like, oh, I don't know what to do. And he panics. And this is where the biggest fuck up in the whole video is. He decides to try to grab the front of the belly of the squirrel for some stupid reason to fucking... The only thing I can think, he's just trying to calm it down. So he's trying to grab its belly. Maybe he tried to go for the throat so it couldn't bite him. But instead, he tries to grab the belly, and the squirrel bites him in the hand. And the surgical gloves don't do shit. The surgical gloves instantly tear, and he's instantly gonna bleed. And the rest of the video, he deserves everything that happens to him because he didn't think jack shit through.
Ow!
that last fuck he says reminds me of the old Tourette's guys video. There's one where he's on the phone with somebody and he says, oh, are you shitting me? And he leans back and someone opens the door and hits him in the head. That's the exact fuck that this guy has with this video, with this part of the video. I think that fuck also represents the instant regret he has for trying to save the squirrel. This is the part of the video where he realized he should have fucking called someone. The best is the description. It's 7 a.m. You find the squirrel stuck in your fireplace and you try to do the right thing and save it. You can see the exact moment where it goes wrong. Right when the squirrel fucking twitches is when it all starts going wrong. And within a millisecond, it's like 0 to 100 of the squirrel has got the guy. And now he's screaming like for dear life. And like I'm not laughing at him. Like I guess I kind of am, but I'm laughing with him. I'm so like he put himself in a very shitty situation, and unfortunately got the worst outcome that you could get. You literally got a squirrel fucking locked onto your hand. I mean, look at this. Like, when the squirrel actually gets like, he's locked in there. Like, full jaw locked into this guy's fucking hand. Oh my god, it's magnificent. And I think you can even hear him going, hang on, let's see. You can hear him biting in the glove. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm just watching. You guys, oh my god, just the screaming makes every time. Ow! He went from like, I'm such a good person to I want to kick this squirrel with my fucking steel toes out my front door real quick. Like with this instant. Ow! I can't.
Honestly Lazy Podcast.
Alright, so we got some more questions from everybody that decided to ask me questions. Wow, that was bad. I got some questions to answer for you people. I posted on Instagram and a few people sent me quite a few questions. How many we got here? Well, not a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got about 7 questions I'm about to answer for the kind people who actually send me stuff. And yeah, that's oh my god, I don't know what's up with me, man. I'm just awkward in front of the camera and in like recording today. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying my best, but I got some questions. So the first question that somebody asked me is, what's something not a lot of people know about you? Some people know a lot about me. One thing I think a lot of people do know, but I'll say to people who are new, I do write music. I write folk music, mostly. I've been doing that for quite a few years now. I don't write a lot of songs, and I can't sing worth a fuck. But I do on my side when I'm not recording. And usually on weekends, I'm usually trying to write a new song or something like that. It's something I've been doing for a long time. It actually started because my mom, when I was 8 years old or 9 years old, my grandfather passed away. And at 9 years old, I was writing my mom poetry to keep her mind off her dad passing away. So it's just been a non-stop growing thing that I've been doing ever since. I think a lot of people knew that about me. I've also started writing a story. I'm sure a lot of people, knowing how much I fucking hate reading, I've always had fun writing just little stories. As a kid, I used to have a thing where I bullshitted a story every day to my mom, telling her about future Justin. A lot of that shit actually came true. I said I would buy myself fruit roll-ups when I was living on my own. I actually did buy a lot of fruit roll-ups for my snacks every day for a long time until I got a girlfriend. And then I also said I'd try smoking just once. That happened. Now every time I'm drinking, I need a pack of cigarettes because I fucking fiend it. Some things. I play banjo. Well, I'm learning it. I'm not good at it, but I have a lot of fun playing the banjo. Some things that people don't know about me. I think one of the biggest things, I actually do like writing. I love writing stories. I'm writing a story right now about a musician. It's a crazy experience. I got inspired from reading Waylon Jennings' book and just Tales from the Tour Bus, and I was like, damn, I want to create a character kind of like a different universe of if I wasn't doing this and if I didn't care about money, where I'd be, and it'd probably be a struggling musician playing in dive bars. This book will probably never be out anywhere. I'm just writing it because my mom loves reading, and I told her jokingly I was going to write her a story, and she took it seriously. So now I'm writing her a story. So if I can think of anything else while answering the rest of these questions, I will tell you. If you could go back and tell 19-year-old Stick one thing, what would it be? I'd tell him a lot of shit. Save more money. Save your money and try to get ahead. Or I'd probably say save your money and get the fuck out of Tim Hortons, because I was working there still, and I could have been making a lot more money somewhere else, and I decided to stay there. If I could tell them anything else, stay patient. Go to Mossport. Go to Mossport for all those years, because the races endings are awesome, and the year you actually go sucks for the ending. I'd probably tell him to get his passport and start traveling sooner, because I haven't done that yet. I'm 27 or 26, 27. There's a bunch of shit I'd tell him, you know. When I was 19, I was probably when I was at my worst for everything, like just drinking all the time and trying to have a good time, doing very dumb shit with some very dumb people. And, you know, if I could go back and change stuff, I probably wouldn't. But I'd probably like adjust some things, but there's nothing really in my life that I'd change. 19-year-old me had a lot of fun, and all I'm saying is I'm glad those days are behind me. But I definitely, if I was 19, probably say save your money, try to buy a house, and get the fuck out of Timmy's and go into the trades or something. But still go to film school, because you met some kick-ass people there that you're still friends with today. And go to Durham when you actually went, because that's the only way you're going to meet these great people. What are you dressing up as for Halloween? I mean, outside of this, dressing as your dad. Me and my girlfriend were supposed to be dressing up as Spider-Man and Mary Jane, and now I don't know. One thing you're looking forward to in 2022. Glorious Sons. I got Glorious Sons and Arkells in the same weekend. That's going to be sick. Mossport, because you know, everyone will be there this year. I mean, the government is saying by March, you know, masks will be coming off. So if that actually happens, definitely looking forward to that. I mean, I'm fully... okay, fuck, I'm just saying it now. I keep hiding it. I am fully vaccinated, and I need to get that fucking mask off, like, ASAP. So if they're saying March, it better be March, or the people will beat the shit out of Doug Ford. What else am I excited for? I'm excited to see... Because I started uploading the Honest Lazy podcast again last July, and I'm excited to see where I am with it in this July. If I've gotten even to 100 subscribers yet, or if I'm still at 55. I'm excited to see where this is all going with the podcast and everything. I'm more excited to see where that's going to go in the future, because I am like full on dedicated right now to doing it. And besides that, Mossport, concerts, and taking off the mask and seeing where the podcasts go, I can't really think of anything else, honestly. What's your favorite beer? Well, if you watch this on YouTube, I think you know by now. Budweiser. Budweiser is my favorite beer. I've been drinking it since I was 19. Wink, wink. I went from drinking James Ready, which is the cheapest beer you could buy, to Budweiser, because the person who bought me the beer literally said, "You got money, you're not drinking James Ready." Besides Budweiser, if I had to drink anything else, I do like Heineken. Heineken's a nice beer to drink. Coronas in the summer, those are good. Jesus Christ. Everyone's going like, where's the craft beer? I don't fucking drink it. Bush Light. You know, gotta represent Bush Light like you betcha does. Because he inspires me to keep filming, and he's the same age as me. And, you know, Bush Light and him, he's doing so well. I should drink Bush Light and try to get him sponsored, the Canadian boy. If you could only listen to one album for the rest of your life, which would it be? Oh, God. That's a tough one. As you can tell from my arms when I'm not wearing a sweater, I'm a huge music junkie. If I could only listen to one, what would it be? Alright, like, it's because it changes, you know. I could dig an album. The one that sticks out the most is probably Purgatory by Tyler Childers. I fuck with that album hard. Since I first discovered it, I fuck with Childers, and I fuck with that album. Oh, and not just because it's a banger album, because when I listen to Childers, it makes me want to write. So if I have to listen to one album, at least it'll be someone that will make me want to write. And then maybe while there's shit stuck, or I can only listen to that album, I could at least play my own shit over top it and somehow balance it out, or just learn the whole album. But right now it'd be Purgatory if I could pick any other ones. That if I never discovered Purgatory, fuck, that's tough. Waylon Jennings' greatest hits. Man, it's tough. Like, honestly, Sturgill's first album, one that has You Can Have the Crown on it. That's about it. Honestly, those are the ones that are coming to my head right now, and I think they're pretty decent. Especially Purgatory. If you don't know Tyler Childers' Purgatory and you say you listen to folk or country music, you don't listen to folk or country music. That album is fucking insane. And on top of the fact, every song was written by Childers. Not any help. It makes it that much better. Next question. You told us why you took 2 years off, but what sparked/inspired you to come back? Fuck, that's a good one. What made me come back? Probably one of the reasons, there was a lot of reasons why I decided to hop back onto the podcast. One of the reasons was seeing my buddy Quinn Marr even uploading and seeing him back into content creating, because he was at an AFK state with me pretty much at the same time, and then he started uploading again, and I was like, fuck, he's uploading. I really want to get back into it. The fact that I was listening to a lot of Howard Stern stuff while I was playing video games, like, that's what I did. And it was just something that always literally made me want to do it. Like, I could sit there and listen to, like, little highlights of Joe Rogan, You Betcha Radio, Dean Blundell's podcast, you know, Mikes and Beers. Like, it was funny because right before I started recording again, I watched the Mikes and Beers one to just, you know, see what Woody and Sammy were all about. And yeah, it was like, holy shit, like, these guys. Even seeing, like, you know, when you're determined, like where Hodder is right now from the Hodder show, you know, 300 episodes still going and never losing inspiration. It was like, fuck, like, dude, I'm fucking up. The main inspiration was, you know, I was in an apartment where, you know, there was nobody around gaming and yelling while I was trying to record. It was like the freedom was there again, where it was like, I can record and nothing will interrupt me. And I think that's kind of motivation, on top of the fact, like, you know, I had people while I was on that fucking long hiatus hounding me, saying, when the fuck are you getting back on the podcast? Like, we want another episode. Especially people like Courtney and Nathan. They were They were hounding me nonstop. And I mean, it was just even for them. Like, it was the little things of like, you know, people were like, where is it? Like, I want another episode. It was like, damn, if they're going to listen to it, I'm going to do it. But it was mostly, you know, Howard Stern, listening to the radio every morning and wanting to get back into it. Like I've said, I just love being behind a fucking microphone and talking. Like, this makes me happy. And now that I've figured out what like the idea of where the podcast is going to go, where it's more of the radio style, like it's making it so much easier but so much more fun, like more motivating to do this, you know. It's not sitting there for a fucking hour talking about the same goddamn thing or trying to stay interesting. No, I have segments now. I make fun of videos now. I'm like back to my BoyStick ways where before I wanted to get back to them, but it was such a pain in the ass. So there was a bunch, and now like if like the way I'm looking at it now, like I'm just going to go from like, you know, what made you spark it to like what's making you keep going now. The fact that Quinn Mars killing it with subscribers, he's like almost at 400 now, and I'm still at 55. But the fact that there's other people around me that are really pushing their own content, and they're like so motivated, that motivates me. And just creating the segments and having fun with that, and people all around me saying like, I fuck with this, and I tell them ideas, they laugh at it, they watch the trailers on Facebook and TikTok and Instagram, they like it, they support it. People even sending me questions, man. This is what's keeping me going, and I literally like cannot thank everybody enough. Like, you know, I have my days where I literally just had a day the other day where I'm like, am I just wasting my time fucking doing this podcast? Like, you know, I'm not going anywhere, like I'll never make it, you're already too old to be doing a podcast, like this and that. It's because of people like that are just always remind me that they're watching it, or there's just like, you know, like this little like just a little thing sending me questions. And then when one does get launched, people sending me pictures of them watching it and stuff. This is what keeps me going. And I literally cannot thank everybody enough for still listening. Like, I know I'm only like, this will be my 34th episode, and I know like before the hiatus I lost all inspiration. I didn't know what the hell to talk about. I didn't care. Now it's like every week it's like, oh fuck, man, it's just a million ideas of what I want to talk about. I guess that's kind of it too. I came back because I did have stuff to talk about. I had ideas. At the end of before the hiatus, I was just drained. And that was the worst part. I didn't even have like fucking 30 episodes, and I was drained. I didn't know what to talk about anymore. So it was a real fucking like mental thing where it just crashed me. And I was just like, damn, dude, you can't even get 20 episodes. You're garbage. Like, don't even try to do a podcast. And now, fuck it. Every day, I'm like, damn, what should I talk about? Over the weekend, I go on TikTok, try to find a video to make fun of. It's just like, holy shit, this new way of how I'm doing it is just exactly what I need. And I cannot thank you guys enough. And thank you for the questions, because like this type of stuff is the reason why I keep making this content. And all I can do is thank you guys. So thank you very much for supporting me and supporting the podcast. Alright, so I think that'll be the end of it for this week on the Honestly Lazy podcast. If you've made it this far, thank you for listening and watching. If you're watching on YouTube at the Honestly Lazy Show, you type that in, or the Honestly Lazy podcast, this shit will pop up. Or on Spotify. If you're watching this, then thank you very much. If you made it this far, you might as well subscribe, because you just watched the whole thing. That means I'm entertaining. Like I keep saying, man, having a lot of fun with this podcast, and I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm glad that everyone's enjoying it. Like, I'm getting decent feedback, the questions and all that. If you have any questions for me, put it in the comments down below, or you can DM me on all the social medias, or you can use, I don't know, the hashtag #AskStick or something, and I will answer your questions on social media. You can even do videos. Yeah, you can post a video asking me a question, I would answer it for you. But that will do it for this week. I'm having so much fun with this podcast, and I'm glad all of you are enjoying it. And there's a lot more to come. we still got quite a few weeks until the new year. I will be saying, even though like next week is November, I will be taking a week off in December, just for Christmas and all that shit. And if you're going out trick-or-treating, stay safe. And if you're watching this and you're going out trick-or-treating, I hope you're 17, because if you're fucking 5 watching this podcast, shame on your parents. I do not recommend this podcast to people like 16 and up. Yeah, like, you know. But I hope everyone has a great Halloween. Stay safe, don't drink and drive, party hard, and have, oh my god, I'm sorry, my pop filter ripped. And I'm kind of upset about it. Party hard and have a drink for your old boy Stick. I'm sure I'll be having a drink with all of you in my apartment. Alright, so I shall leave you be. Stay safe, and I'll see you next week. See ya!
Honestly Lazy Podcast.